But we are on this section right here. We are up to where we need to do our first holes. Now the flower, whatever you want to call it, pattern is done over 4 pegs all together. So for this loom, I've got 4 pegs where the flower is going to be worked, and then 4 empty pegs, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. That seemed to be the easiest way to do this, but I'm going to show you. So I'll show you when it's already done. I moved the stitch from this peg over here, the stitch from this peg over here. This is our first hole right here. And then I don't count this double one. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 4 blank ones. 5, 6. So the 6th one we move over. And then the 7th one right here, we move over. See, that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 in between that have 1 stitch on them. And then you'll have one with 2 stitch, 2 empty ones, one with 2 stitch, then you have your 4, 2 stitch, empty, 2 stitch, 4, all the way around. And then you will E-wrap the entire row. Kind of push these down. E-wrap the entire row. I've already started knitting some of them off, but as you can see, I wrapped every single peg, even the empty ones, even the ones that have double. So now we go through, take the bottoms over the tops. I'm actually going to do this row and kind of the next row. See these holes? If I do these kind of at the same time, it's easier to keep track. You can see this hole right here. This is our first hole. Now we need to do our second hole, which the hole's going to be here and here. So I take this first stitch off, move it to the left. This is where our first hole was. I take this stitch off, move it to the right. I do the same over here. This stitch off. Well, go ahead and knit some more of these off so they're not in the way. Okay, so where am I at? I got this one. So this stitch off, move it over here. Sometimes you need to kind of untwist that stitch. There we go. This one off and over one. So now we have 2 empty, 2 with doubles, 2 empty. On both sides there's doubles. Let's go ahead and knit some more of these off. I'll work a couple more of them with you together. Okay, so that one was a double. This one's a double. Just knit a couple past so I'll have enough already done. Take this one off, move it over, take this one off, move it over. This one right here has 2 on it, and as you can see, that's right where that first hole is, these 2 pegs. So I take this one off and move it over. There we go. And then take the next one and move it over. Keep doing this all the way around. Then you will E-wrap the whole loom again. You will E-wrap the whole loom again, and you will E-wrap the empty pegs, and you will knit off, and the row after that will actually be a repeat of this first row, which I'll show you, but that's basically what it is. After this row right here, you're actually repeating this section to this section. So you'll have your hole, you will have your 2 rows of E-wrap, your flat stitch, E-wrap, garter, drop stitch, and it just keeps repeating. The row is E-wrapped and knit off. Now we got to do this row right here, but if you don't have your pegs marked for where you started, it can be a little difficult. See, there's holes everywhere now. It can be a little difficult to know which ones was the single hole down on the bottom. So just looking at the loom, just pick a random spot. See this hole right here? This one right here kind of has, it looks like a couple chains. Almost looks like it's these chains on the side. That's where you put the stitches over to this side and knit them off. And then you're going to have a hole on this side and a hole on that side. So this is where you want your hole at. You do exactly what you did before. Take the stitch off, move to the left, take stitch off, move to the right, and then you just got to find the other ones. See, we got 3 holes here, 1, 2, 3, so it's going to be this middle hole, and you can see the chains. You hold that up close. You can see kind of like a chain here and a chain here. So this gets moved here. This gets moved here. Find our next set. You can see it right here. Move those. There we go. Should be okay, and here is another one right here. And I will show you how to double check to make sure you got the right ones. Let me see, is that it? No. We got one more right here. You see, it's actually right where my cast on was, but you can see the chain. I have them all moved, and you can actually kind of look, see your 3, see your empty ones. So what you do is you push all these down, you E-wrap. Now we're just going back into what you did before.